Welcome back to the deep dive. You know those moments in any great saga when everything just pivots on a knife edge?
Yeah, exactly.
When profound discoveries are made and suddenly the stakes aren't just high, they redefine the entire cosmos.
hmm
If you thought our protagonist, the Guardian, had already faced its biggest challenges, well, prepare yourself, because the journey we're unpacking today makes everything that came before feel even more complex and frankly pretty exhilarating.
Exactly. We last left the Guardian, that extraordinary consciousness born from Adam Ward's intellect, the caretaker drone's programming, and the Genesis Cree's living database.
That unique blend.
Right. It had achieved something truly remarkable. It used Genesis to basically vanish from the senses of both the Pilgrims and the hostile Aegis fleet.
And then dropped that absolute message.
An undeniable message, yeah.
Oh,
Creating this really tense, silent stalemate across the stars.
and what a moment that was, using that window in space, the shared memory. The Guardian didn't just break the standoff, it actually forged this, well, fragile unity between the human fleets.
It was incredible, laying bare the whole cosmic tragedy of the Erasers, those ancient destroyers.
And finally explaining Genesis's real purpose, not just a hiding place, but like a living library for healing shattered souls.
And finding that countermeasure, the Song of Unbecoming.
Right. We saw Commander Valerius sent back to Earth with this huge, universe-altering truth, and Commander Taryn Riley, who was Aegis, given command of her fleet under the Guardian's banner.
So humanity's getting the message. There's this new unified fleet. The stage is definitely set for the next chapter.
Precisely. So our mission today is to dive deep into that next crucial step. We're going to unpack this really critical phase of the Guardian's quest. It leads this new fleet into the deepest, most mysterious parts of the cosmos.
And this is where you see its strategic brilliance really shine, but also that self-sacrificing leadership.
Yeah, and new alliances are forged, unexpected ones, in this crucible of the unknown, and direct threats emerge that really challenge the core of its mission.
And for you listening, the big question to sort of chew on as we go through this is, how does this brand new fragile alliance, led by this unique consciousness, even begin to navigate an ancient cosmic battlefield?
And what does it truly mean to be a Guardian when you're facing powers that are just overwhelming and completely unknown?
It's a huge question.
Okay, let's get into it. What happened next? With things starting to move back on Earth, the Guardian makes its move.
A bold move.
It takes its new vanguard, the UNS Emissary, its own ship, and Commander Riley's Aegis Guard, and pushes out, way out into the unknown, their destination, a place called the Nexus Point.
The Nexus Point. Yeah, this isn't just random coordinates. It's also called the Crossroads of Souls,
Okay.
a location that was first revealed or hinted at in the memory of the Star Singer. That first echo the Guardian managed to heal. So it's deeply significant.
And the sources describe it as, well, a cosmic wonder. Can you paint a picture?
Imagine this stable, serene confluence of dozens of hyperlanes. You know, those cosmic highways for faster than light travel.
Right, the FTL routes.
All shimmering together like a woven basket made of pure light. It sounds just breathtaking, almost impossibly peaceful.
Almost impossibly peaceful, but...
Yeah, that idyllic image. Shattered pretty quickly. Their first passive survey revealed two really startling facts.
Okay, what were they?
First, the Nexus Point, beautiful as it is, it's not natural. There are these massive cloaked energy regulators just humming silently at the edges.
Cloaked regulators.
Yeah, which immediately told the Guardian they were dealing with the work of some impossibly advanced civilization. This place was built, maintained, engineered.
Whoa. Okay, so it's artificial. That's huge right off the bat. What was the second thing?
Amidst all the peaceful drifting echoes, those soul fragments the Guardian wants to heal, one signature stood out. It was described as cold, sharp, and silent.
Silent, but different how?
Well, crucially, unlike the others that just drifted, this thing was observing, actively watching. It was immediately designated a watcher.
A watcher. Okay, that
Yeah.
sounds ominous. A silent observer in this constructed cosmic garden. So you've got the builders, maybe, and this watcher, both unknown, potentially powerful. What did the Guardian do? Just jump in?
No, not at all. It made a very cautious choice, which is, consistent with its whole blend of intelligence and caution.
Right.
It decided to retreat to a safe distance first, analyze everything thoroughly before engaging. You don't just rush in when you're dealing with forces on this scale.
Makes sense. A cautious withdrawal. Did it work? Did they stay hidden?
Not for long.
Yeah.
As the fleet started pulling away, this powerful psionic ping just lashed out from the Watcher's position.
A psionic ping, like a mental shout.
Kinda, yeah. Described as a wave of cold analytical scrutiny. A probe that just instantly shattered any hope of stealth. The Watcher knew. It knew it had been seen. Game over for staying hidden.
Okay, so the Watcher knows they're there. Now what? You've got this active, maybe hostile observer and these ancient cloaked builders. How did the Guardian handle that immediate problem?
It made a really fascinating strategic call. It decided to momentarily ignore the Watcher
Ignore the hostile one. Okay.
and instead tried to speak to the landlord, so to speak. It broadcast this sophisticated message piece purposed towards those cloaked regulators, basically asking to talk to the builders of the sanctuary.
And did the landlords answer? Or just keep humming?
No, they answered, definitely. A crisp tight beam radio signal came back. The voice was described as calm, impossibly ancient, and it spoke flawless English.
Flawless English. Wow. What did they say?
Their first response was very telling. We are aware of your presence. Your purpose is understood. Your methods are novel.
Novel. That's one way to put it, coming from ancient cosmic beings.
Right. And they finished with, we will observe. They introduced themselves as the Keepers of the Nexus, or more simply, the Ethel.
The Ethel. Keepers of the Nexus. Okay, so they're aware, they seem to get the Guardian's mission, and they're watching. Sounds tentatively positive, maybe?
It does, yeah. But the Guardian, always digging deeper, wasn't satisfied with tentative. It tried what the source calls a dangerous gambit to figure out the relationship between these two entities.
What did it do?
It sent out two queries at once. A psionic one to the Watcher, asking if it served the Keepers, the Ethel,
Okay.
and a radio message to the Ethel asking what they knew about the Watcher.
Whoa, talk about poking the space bears.
Yeah.
Directly asking two unknown powerful forces about each other. What happened?
The Watcher's response, immediate, visceral. It sent back what's described as a palpable wave of pure contempt, just pure loathing.
Wow.
And then it silently retreated, deeper into the void. Didn't say a word, but made its feelings crystal clear.
Okay, so the Watcher hates the idea. What about the Keepers, the Ethel? Did they explain the Watcher?
Their response was even more chilling. Their voice, which had been calm and ancient, it became cold and hard. They declared the Guardian a disturbance and then delivered a direct, totally unambiguous command. You will cease your rescue operation. You will leave this space. Now.
Wow. Okay, so the Watcher despises them, and the Keepers, the actual custodians of this vital nexus point, just told them to get lost. Evicted by one god and dismissed by another, as the source puts it. That's bad. What does the Guardian do now? Just pack up and leave.
Not a chance.
Yeah.
This is where that core self-sacrificing nature really comes through. That mix of Adam Ward's humanity and the Genesis tree's protective drive.
What did it do?
It orders its entire new fleet, including the ships with rhythm, the Heel Starsinger, to turn around and head back to the safety of Genesis.
Wait, it sends everyone else away. Alone. Why? That's a huge risk.
To protect them. That's the key. The Guardian itself stays behind, alone aboard the emissary. Just the emissary. It plans to make one last, desperate plea. To argue to the Keepers from its solitary spot in the void that it's not a disturbance. It's actually a solution to the problem of this predator watcher. It's a profound act of protection.
That is incredibly brave. Staying alone against these ancient powers. What a commitment.
So how did the Keepers react to this argument, this solo stand? Did they just ignore it?
This is where it gets really interesting. The Keepers, the Ethel, they were intrigued. They saw the Guardian's unexpected move as a new variable.
A new variable.
Yeah. So they responded with a test. They revealed the Watcher was actively hunting a specific prime echo right then within the Nexus. A really important, powerful soul fragment.
Okay, a test. What was it?
The Guardian was given one planetary rotation, a very short deadline, to find and rescue this prime echo before the Watcher could consume it. If it succeeded, they'd reverse their eviction notice.
A race against time. With the fate of this prime echo and maybe the whole mission on the line, the tension must have been immense. What did the Guardian do?
The race was on. The Guardian pushed the emissary to its absolute limit, trying to squeeze every bit of speed out of it.
While still alone. While still alone initially, yes. But it also sent an urgent message back to its departing fleet, ordering the fastest ship, the UMS Aegis-1, to turn around and come back as fast as possible. Provide backup.
But it knew it might not get there in time.
Exactly. It was a race it probably couldn't win alone.
So did it save the prime echo before the Watcher got it?
Unfortunately, no. It's too late to win the race cleanly. When the Guardian arrives at the Prime Echo's location, the source describes this magnificent golden soul as already under assault. The formless, shadowy Watcher was already feeding on it.
Oh no. Reinforcements are minutes away. The Watcher is actively consuming this vital echo. What could the Guardian even do in that moment?
Its quick thinking and unique nature were crucial. No hesitation. First move. Project a shield of pure, serene energy right around the Prime Echo.
Shield.
Yeah, cutting off the Watcher's psychic attack. This naturally enraged the Watcher, which immediately turned its full malevolent attention onto the emissary itself.
So now it's ship versus Watcher, Guardian versus this thing of darkness. How do you fight that? Something ancient, malevolent that eats souls.
The Guardian launched its counterattack. It focused its entire triune consciousness, that unique fusion of human, AI, and living archive, into what's called a lance of pure, unified will.
A lance of will.
And here's the critical reason it worked. The Watcher, described as a being of singular ego, just couldn't withstand an attack born from selfless unity. It wasn't just energy against energy. It was like an ideological conflict at its core.
Wow, that's powerful. A being of pure ego, pure self, shattered by selfless unity. So what happened to the Watcher then?
It shrieked in silent rage, a mental scream, basically,
Yeah.
and just vanished into the void, wounded, beaten by a concept it literally couldn't comprehend.
Incredible. And the backup.
And at that exact moment, just as the battle was won, the Aegis One arrived, the Prime Echo, later identified as the keystone of melody, was safe.
What a victory. A last-second rescue, a direct fight, defeating this ancient evil that's been around for who knows how long. So, what did this mean for the Keepers? Did they keep their word?
The Guardian immediately reported its success to the Ethel. Their reaction? Profound. They were impressed beyond measure.
So they reversed the judgment.
Completely. And not only that, a massive pearlescent keeper vessel suddenly decloaked nearby,
Whoa!
offering its immediate and full aid to the Guardian.
So not just permission to stay, but an actual alliance, a powerful ancient ally. What kind of help did the Ethel offer? What were these invaluable gifts mentioned?
They were truly game-changing. First, a full map and catalog of the Nexus and its inhabitants. Huge for navigation and understanding.
That alone is massive.
But even more critical, they revealed the full history of the Erasers, the Failsafe song, and the Watcher. It turns out the Watcher was actually the ghost of the Eraser who fired the weapon.
Wait, the actual Eraser responsible for the catastrophe? It's Ghost?
The very being, now a lingering shadow of cosmic destruction.
That is an absolutely staggering revelation. The enemy isn't just ancient history, it's still present, in a way. This changes everything for the Guardian's quest.
Absolutely. The sources are clear. The quest went from a blind search to a clear mission. And just to confirm it all, the Prime Echo itself, the keystone of melody, now safe, backed it all up. It revealed that other keystones, for rhythm, harmony, things like that, must be found across the universe to complete the Song of Unbecoming. The path forward was finally lit.
So from being nearly kicked out, the Guardian now has this deep understanding of its cosmic neighborhood, a clear mission path, and a powerful ancient ally in the Ethel. It really just highlights how that mix of strategic thinking, human self-sacrifice, and this unique unity could pivot everything so fast.
It really does. The mission's scale just exploded. It's not just saving one seed anymore, or even just the echoes in the Nexus. It's about healing these immense cosmic wounds, completing a song potentially capable of reversing eons of destruction. The stakes are higher, yes, but the path forward is clearer than ever.
And as we leave you with that, maybe consider this. What does it truly mean when the most dangerous enemy, this creature of pure ego, is defeated by an act of selfless unity? And what will it really take across the vastness of space to gather all those keystones and finally sing that song of unbecoming, the song that might just mend reality itself? That's definitely a deep dive for another time.